happened. We are back and live.
Yeah.
What was happening? What were
Oh
we
yeah, there's
I-
a lot of messages posted from.
I don't know. It just fucking crashed on me, like...
Jesus Christ, do your software update.
It just...
I'm
fucking
just kidding, I'm
crashed.
kidding.
Wow, thanks. Okay. But we are live again. Sorry about that, guys. We don't know what happened, but we're just gonna continue on like nothing happened.
So, as I was saying, in this version, my name is Eric, and no, we have been doing a lot of things for a little while. It's May 1st. When the group first came together, they sought they came at the request of a retired bard to find out about the curse in a village. Having dealt with that and losing a couple members in the meantime, and bringing on Taika, then they have gone. They went their separate ways for a while and came back together and have ended up at this mansion where everybody's been invited for one reason or another to have a dinner party. The cast of when everybody got together at the waiting room, and they were all heading to the dining room, there was one of the older female patrons of the area and guests to the thing died, and they started to do the investigation. Kick went off on his own, had to deal with a lot of traps and perilous things, damaging his highly fashionable outfit in the process.
So
I
pissed.
think he's a little more upset about that than any physical harm that he's suffered.
Yeah,
so.
legit. No, that's gonna be on my mind for the rest of the night. Like, how fucking dare this room and this house burn my fabulous outfit?
It's like that. So then, the rest of the group managed to recover Kishik
Wow, okay.
and head
Yeah.
back
Mew
over.
is just majestic right now.
Yeah, it's a little.
She's judging my character sheet.
Okay. The rest of the group got together back in the kitchen area. They saw a ghostly goblin kind of taking a hot tub in a pot. They found some boots in an oven. They fought another oven in the pantry, and we stopped when there was a knocking sound coming from the pantry. So, all of everybody is in. There's a map that I posted. So.
Oh, is that the one that you posted earlier?
Well, there was a link to that map, but I posted
okay.
it
Yep,
actually a while ago. Okay, so it's like, yeah, I don't like what you're saying. I'm going back to staring at the picture. Thank you. No, basically, all of you are in the place on that map that's marked L. That is the kitchen. The pantry is the area that is marked N. There is a door at the back of the pantry that leads out, but there is also a crashing, like a knocking, heavy knocking sound coming from the pantry, but nobody's actually officially gone in to the pantry yet. Your ghost monkey is in the hall with the woman. And it's at that time when there's the knocking, August, you have a sense of loss and separation.
Do I have any idea what is happening?
Being a relatively new experience for you to have a familiar.
Not since the jump.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, like, it's been several. Yeah, it's been a while, but it's still relatively knew that you've had this particular feeling with the familiar go. So you've had this common, since you've established the bond, you've had this constant bond where you can communicate telepathically at a certain distance. Suddenly, that's snapped, severed. You feel like you can't, you feel like you've lost something. Now, in the reality of things, that often means you could just resummon your familiar later and things are fine. But there's something just a little startling about the fact that you have this sudden snap. That means that your familiar that is alone, something in that area happened to it and it's gone. You have the knocking at the knocking in the pantry. You're in the kitchen area. Things have settled down in the kitchen. It's there's pots and pans all over the floor. There's the ovens that you've turned off. There is that smell of those burning leather boots that were in the oven. Um, the 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 knocking sound, like I mentioned in the pantry, the burning smell, and you get that sense of disconnection from your familiar.
We're still in the kitchen though.
Yeah, you're still in the kitchen.
I think we should go back and see what's up. Something's up. Like Ghost Monkey disappeared for no reason.
Okay, let's check it out.
You turn around and walk away. You hear another thump from the pantry.
Oh,
Somebody open the
yeah.
fucking door.
Oh,
Oh
got
no,
it.
it's a walk-in. There's a walk-in pantry. There's no door. You can just walk into it. There is a door on the far end that leads outside.
Okay, so this is kind of like a lean around the corner sort of thing then, right?
Yeah, you could just lean around a corner and take
Yeah.
a look.
Yeah, I'll give it a look.
So you come around the corner and when you take a look, you see there are bags of flour and potatoes and everything you expect to find like kind of sitting in a pantry, and they look like they've been stacked on purpose over something, like to block something that's on the ground, and you hear this loud thump, and you physically see the stuff that's in that corner raise just a little bit and then come settle back down onto the thing. So something, it's a lot of weight, and something is
All right, so
pushing against it.
give me a hand moving these flour sacks.
All right.
That's a something. You're good at lifting heavy things.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Let me help you out.
Do you do like a little flourish of the cape?
Whatever's left of it.
The tattered burnt cape. Aw.
He tries to get a flourish in there, but there's just so many holes in it, it flops.
So, nothing good mending couldn't fix.
I could bend it. I could do that.
Like whatever's left of my cape, I just kind of like flutter it in the wind and make it look kind of nice.
So Malone and Kixit go to start moving that stuff in the corner of the pantry. Taika, do you want to sit and kind of watch over them, or do you want to head off and find out what's wrong with Ghost Monkey? Do you want to just do your own thing? You're more than welcome to do whatever you'd like. So
I want to see what's up with Ghost Monkey and the old lady.
okay, August. So you and Taika are gonna go and deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go to you guys in just a moment. No, actually, we'll start with you guys. That actually makes a bit more sense to me at this moment. So the two of you walk out, and as you head out, you come into the dining room, which is the next area, and that's kind of split. There is the dining room where the table is and all the chairs are, and where people do the actual dining, and then the room is split, and on the other side is the area where all the servants would like have the food and stuff, and it would be directly from the kitchen to that room and then put through like a hole in the wall to the dining area, so that you wouldn't see any of the actual help. You'd just see the individuals who are in the dining room serving. as a way to avoid all that stuff. So as you come through there and you come back into the hall and you come around the corner and you see there's like a splat of looks like mercury on the floor where Ghost Monkey was, and the old woman is gone, but you also, just as you come around that corner, you see the wall right near to where she was shuts, like there was a door there.
I mean, I guess onward, Spartans. There's a weird door over there.
Roll
If you
me,
haven't already seen
can you give me a D4, Razi?
it. D4. Oh, there it is. 2. Hold on.
What? Okay. I'm sorry. You can't top that. Sorry. Stream is over. We're gonna now spend the next hour and a half just on the cat's face. Nick, shut
the
down every
hell?
other camera.
Yeah, I guess. All right, we're just gonna go to full screen Rozzy. You know.
No! She's just a more compelling vision for my screen.
Realized that we were having a cat special guest today, I would have brought more enticing imagery
God,
on my
honestly,
It is.
Rozzy.
It is Catterday Eve.
It is.
I like when she squinches her nose. Anyway, onward.
So,
Through the door.
as you get over to that splat of mercury and that wall, a little tiny monkey hand reaches out of the little mercury puddle, and then it pulls itself out, and then like the puddle goes right back into it, and then your monkey
Alex
is
back.
your monkey is back. They didn't explain to you, nor have you ever had to use like the escape feature.
What?
that was thoughtfully installed in your new familiar.
Thanks, Bosco.
So little monkey pulls himself back out of his little puddle, and he looks unscathed. Or, well, actually, wait, is Boss Monkey, or does it really matter? I'm just asking what the gender of Boss Monkey is, so that I use
It's
the
a
proper.
boy.
So I use the proper pronouns for Boss Monkey. So, okay, so he pulls himself out, comes back, and shows you like the second it, like tugs on your new funeral gown, and you get a moment where it now wants to tell you what it saw. And not realizing its full potential, it starts to mime what it saw.
Oh God, do you not know how to speak? Use your words. I'll
I
say
can
mentally.
I understand.
It's like takes a moment, kind of scratches its head, and then there is a moment, and it momentary pause, and then it speaks. Okay. Sorry, I've never been a puddle before. This was a new experience for me. So,
How did it feel? Did you like it?
no.
Okay.
Not fun.
Did you
Not fun. Not fun to be squished into nothingness and then be nothing and then remember that I could not be nothing anymore.
Boss Monkey became a puddle of moist.
Boss Monkey?
What
A
the
puddle
hell?
of isn't that redundant?
It's like, so, like, don't know exactly. The wall opened, a big hairy fist slammed down on my head, grabbed Another big hairy arm grabbed the woman, pulled her in, and ice became a puddle.
Well, okay. Well, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah. I don't know how I know this, but it's not something I can do all the time. It just happens occasionally. So
Huh.
we need to be a little. We need to be a little more um alert. Well, maybe I need to be a little more alert.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I thought it was the whole purpose of you being here, but it's
Yeah, but they didn't smell like animals. You know, animals have a smell. And he looks up at Taika and is like, "Your fox has a smell. You know that it's an animal, so it smells like an animal." Well, the arms didn't smell like animals. They looked like animals though, like a I don't know. They just didn't
like
smell right.
Didn't smell right.
like a disguise, basically.
No, like yeah, disguise. Something is pretending to be something that it wasn't.
Aren't we all?
Well,
Now philosophy corner with Ghost Monkey.
He just gets confused. Yeah, so that would also be a disguise.
Yeah. So the door. Now, having seen it, you physically know that there is a door in that section of the wall.
we should probably check that out.
Yes.
Okay. So, when you start to press like in the where you saw that open before, and the door swings open, very quietly, very gently. Even though the door seems somewhat heavy, it seems to be very well balanced and made to be quiet when it opens. You see a set of stairs that lead down about 10 feet into an area that is pitch black.
Um, don't I have like the things? Like I don't even know. Sorry, Mia.
Well, wait. Well, no, wait. So,
I can see in darkness.
yeah, you have dark vision, yeah. So
Yeah.
looking down, it goes about 10 feet down, and then turns immediately to a corner. And what you see is there's the ground itself is dirt, like a cellar dirt, like a packed cellar dirt floor, and there are drag marks on the ground leading around the corner.
Sleepy baby.
So they took her down and around the corner. The old woman.
Alright, I'm down to go, but I don't think I see in the dark. So lead the way, my friend. I took mending.
Oh,
The theory was that I could sneak into places and then mend the door again, but maybe I don't know.
Well, actually, you can't you though? I mean, if you break a
mean,
lock,
you could
can mend it.
You could turn breaking and entering into entering.
Yeah.
that's very true.
That was my theory. I thought it was more detective-y.
I mean, I took it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It works very well. So yeah, down and around the corner. The only thing that you gather from right now, also when you open the door, there is the darkness. August, you see it's much more dark. Obviously, you have dark vision, Taika, so that's not the impediment. But it is very warm and humid air coming up from there. Unlike outside, which is the average kind of fall day. This is a lot more warm, humid air rising from underneath.
Okay.
We're actually in Underdark. I mean Underdeep.
I'll
So,
go down the steps and
August, are you following?
Yes, I'm gonna hold on to the back of her shirt so that I know where to walk.
Okay. So you start to head down. Um, Also, Taika, you notice there are several like torch sconces on the sides of these walls with torches
Bloody hell.
that you could easily light. But like you don't think you don't need to. They're there if you want to, but you don't need to. So
Well, if I get annoying tugging at your clothes, just, give me that pointer. I think I can light it technically with prestidigitation.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I think you can because you can create like a candle
Sure.
flame, right? Yeah, prestidigitation doesn't just a spark to light it. I mean,
Prestidigitation can do this.
yes. Although I prefer the torch style. Hey, okay, so as you both head in, um,
Can I see the torches, or am I completely blind?
I don't know, Taika, what do you want to do? Her fate is in your hands.
Oh no.
I kind of think it's better to stay in the dark. That way nobody sees us just as much as we don't see them. But
I mean, I could easily create as much noise to counterbalance that stealthiness, but whatever you want to do, I'm down.
I'll point out the torches.
Tell you what, I'll keep one on me, but I won't light it yet.
Okay.
So as you gather up the torch and you pull the torch from the sconce,
Fuck my
the
life.
sconce, there's like a twisting metal sound of like cable snapping, and the door behind you slams shut.
Might as well light this bitch.
Now, you
I'm
guys,
just gonna light it.
you guys in the pantry, you hear like a muffled slamming noise
Hurry.
What?
from the distance. Then that muffled slamming noise is immediately followed by another pound from below. Whatever just hits it up, everything up, and you're moving this stuff.
What the fuck was
We're gonna
that?
transition to them for just a moment. So now you're moving this stuff. This thing is pounding, and then now you see the doors themselves are heaving up a bit more the more you have off of it. You imagine you don't have to clear everything off before this thing will break through whatever it is.
Yeah, I'll just keep working until it's openable.
Yeah, I'll keep doing that and helping him out.
So you start to move things, and just when you get probably about half of it off, the doors burst open. All the stuff that was kind of on it it goes up and around you guys and everything. Bags of flour break open, so now everything's kind of being coated in this white powder, and there's nothing there.
Now we're just covered in drugs. I mean, powder. Oh my god. Hi, Miyu. Good morning.
One of those sacks of flour. I'm gonna open one up and just throw a handful of flour out into the air to see if we release something invisible.
You throw a handful of flour into the air, and you're immediately greeted by a pair of like tangerine-sized bright yellow orbs. You've got all of this flour, and then the thing actually just opens its eyes, which you think is for the first time because you can see its eyes, and they're about the size of tangerines. They're just bright yellow reflective orbs. They have nothing kind of more to them. And you get a glimpse of this thing. It looks a lot like an imp. You've had experiences like may not have been direct experiences with imps, but studying and everything. And imps are very common enough to know. So
Okay.
it's not a surprise what this thing could potentially be. The problem that doesn't gel with you right now is no imp that you know has that amount of strength.
Right. That's a later problem because the first thing I'd like to do is punch it because that's just kind of how I feel like I need to. I need to punch the invisible creature because it needs a punch.
I'm gonna
When you
kind of freak out because I did not see this coming, so I'm just gonna be like a little bit terrified at this moment.
Yeah.
when you
I'm
take
hoping for like one of those really cool like knockout punches right to the face.
when you
But-
take your punch, I need you to also roll a d6. But before you roll a d6, I need you to hear this. Call evens or odds.
Oh,
if it- And if it lands on what you called, then you've contacted, if you hit the number you contacted. If not, then
everything about this is odd. So I have almost certainly missed. Yeah, my unarmed strike is an 8, and then I've got a 4 on the d6.
Yeah. So you swing into midair. I mean, you catch a little bit of the falling flower and stuff, but you don't touch anything solid. The eyes shut again. You hear like a fluttering sound of wings for a moment, and then kicks it right in front of your face. Big eyes open wide, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save. All right, let's do this. Let's see. That's probably not going to be good. Woo! 1.
Okay. So, Kixik.
Yeah.
Those yellow eyes just they don't they you see them for a second, and you just feel very peaceful.
Okay, how many death saves do I have to?
Nope, no
Okay.
death save. You feel very peaceful, very serene. The yellow eyes disappear. You just feel momentarily compelled to tell your companion that there's nothing to worry about. Everything will be fine, and that you received a message that says there's nothing to worry about. Everything will be fine.
Hey, Crusty Stain, everything's fine. We don't have to worry about it, okay?
Okay. Hang on. Pause for one moment while I find this really cool ability I forgot I had.
Paused for a moment.
To find a really cool
Yeah.
ability. Pause
where
for
did it
abilities.
go?
But Nick,
Is that a
just so you
spell?
know, nothing else is influenced on your character. Like, you have free reign to do whatever you want. You just feel compelled to deliver that message.
Ah, cool. Okay. So
It's done.
by the glory
Okay.
of my light, everything is fine.
Okay. So I assume I see some kind of reaction on him when he changes mood.
Yeah, there is a momentary kind of. It doesn't last for long, but there's a kind of like a switch in his like some facial expressions. His jaws go just a little more relaxed. His eyes get a little squinty for a second, and then that's gone. It's just a very small tell.
Okay. So I'm going to use my channel divinity ability to summon Twilight Sanctuary. Lasts for a minute. Lets me do 2 things. I can give somebody temporary hit points, or I can end a charm effect. So that's what I'm going to use the bonus action for is to. Hang on.
Okay.
I misread a little bit. It's whenever a creature ends its turn in the aura, I get to choose one of those abilities.
Okay.
So at the earliest possible moment, I'll end the charm effect on Kixik, assuming there is one.
Yeah.
There's a imp like creature here. It can't be good.
So that thing pops up. You start and you invoke the divinity. You channel your divinity. Put your sanctuary up. Like I said before, Kixik, the feeling passed very quickly, but now you feel even more kind of yourself.
Woo! Alright,
than
I
you
don't know what
did
the
just a
hell
second
that
or
was,
two ago.
but...
Are there any signs of the imp yet?
It is I, the impiest guy.
Has it shaken off all the flour?
There is, at this point, after it seemed to do whatever it did to Kixik, like the flour that was remaining fell to the ground, it does not appear to be here at all.
Does this room have windows or exits?
Yep, there's a door that leads outside, right behind you, well, right, actually technically in front of you guys, but there's no windows on the side of either of this part of the pantry to keep the sunlight off.
Oh, okay. Yes, there's no. That's
Yeah.
right. There's no door.
Yeah.
Okay. How to track an invisible creature that flies? It's impossible.
A bunch of fly paper up, and if it sticks to anything.
Yeah. I don't know what to do about that.
You take another, like, as you're trying to reason this
I'm just
out.
gonna look around
Yeah.
for anything out of place, something moving, breeze effect, something.
What you do notice is there's a very humid air coming from below where that pantry the pantry door that broke open, it's coming from in there, and it's actually starting to affect the coolness of this pantry area to a point where you're noticing the difference in temperature.
That's
already.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got too much going on here. I don't know what to decision paralysis, I suppose.
See,
If I had any indication of where the imp was at, I'd throw a fairy fire in its direction and try to light it up for good. Kixik appears to be whatever passes for normal for Kixik.
Thanks.
make you have Arcana?
I do not.
I
Okay.
have a -1 in it, so that might help.
You know what? If you want, no, actually, yeah, you can make an Arcana check. You don't have any in it, right? It's just an educated guess for. Kixik, you want to try?
Sure, let's try with my
Even with a -1?
I rolled a 1, so that means a 0.
Yeah. Okay.
Woo!
So,
Fuck.
as far as
you're drooling a bit there.
as far as locating an invisible creature, it's a little beyond your wheelhouse apparently at this moment.
Yeah.
So
What's down the hole that this thing burst out of?
that would probably be like a root cellar where they would have held more things that needed to be like in a cooler, like drier place. But the problem is it's not cool or dry now.
All right. Let's hop down there and check it out.
Yeah, cool.
As you head down these stairs, they go about 10 feet, and they open to this room where it's just lined with shelves, and on these shelves are all of these goods that were stored. They were supposed to be stored well. You can tell they're all covered in mold and fungus and mildew. They've all been wasted by the heat, the extra heat and humidity in here. They're not really designed to have been stored in that kind of environment for that long.
Okay,
So
someone's messed up the environmental control.
Yep. Besides that, though, the room is flat, packed earth, and there are no markings, no foot markings, no nothing on this ground. Like, this has not been touched in a long time or magically, cultivated in some way to not maintain markings.
Okay.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Is there any other does this go anywhere down here, or is it just a single room?
Well, there's this room, and then there's a door at the end of the room that you wouldn't have seen initially at first, it seems like, but because there's a fake like plastering over the wall that's cracked in several places, looks like freshly cracked in several places, so that you can see beyond it to where there is a door. So it's still blocked by this plaster thing, but there is a door behind there.
Okay. So, hey, big guy. I need brute force again.
All right, trying to get this door open.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's go for it. I'm gonna try to brute force the door, but door open. Hi.
Well, I need you to do me one favor. When
No.
you cross the ground, I need you to make me a dexterity save.
God fucking. Okay.
I hate this
Let's
place.
go for a 1, baby. Oh, that wasn't a 1. Okay, good. That was a 14.
Okay, so you manage to you start to step down, and you notice that the center of this dirt-packed room is kind of wobbly. You like step down on it, and it feels like kind of like a tarp
Oh,
that
what
you've
the
stepped down
fuck?
onto, and you're like, no, that's not right, and you jump back from it, and then the whole center of the room, the whole floor of the center of the room, with the exception of 5 feet around, there's like a 5-foot square around it, but that center part, or well, there's a 5-foot path around the center of the room. The room falls down, and you just see, like, you get this huge, massive burst of the humid air, but it also comes with a scent of something that eats meat,
Ugh,
having a
oh.
lot of rotted meat in its teeth. So you get that after dinner smell, and just the whole center tunnel there is just a tunnel of teeth, and like there's a tongue at the very bottom.
Yikes, whoever this interior decorator is, fucking fire them. Like,
Yeah, I'm seeing a whole lot of nope right there.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're now essentially near the broken plaster. There's a 5-foot place where you can kind of stand to break that plaster to get to the door. Malone, though, you're on the other side of that. When the thing fell, you haven't gone through, so you'd have to go around the 5-foot, around the
Yeah.
hole to get there.
Do you have any idea what's up with the teeth motif?
Personally, I have no clue. Would not advise going near that, though. I don't trust it. It's pretty sketchy.
Yeah, I that's that's all a new thing for me. I haven't really had any tooth centric experiences in the recent past.
Yeah, no, neither
So-
have we, or I, or us, rather. It's just been gingerbread men and nightmares. That's pretty much it. Not fucking.
Okay, all right.
So not on the plaster part, but the wall right next to the plaster part, the solid wall, opens up an eye, large and yellow, attached to the wall.
Oh, cool.
On the
I love
other side of the plaster, another large and yellow eye opens up.
Yes, I fucking
And,
love it. Oh my
You
god.
basically have the 2 eyes on the wall, the mouth kind of like on the floor of this thing, and it kind of looks at you.
I'm just gonna fucking
yeah.
jump in. Let's do this. Just end me.
Malone. It looks at you at Malone, and it's like, we're so hungry, and that voice comes from that pit.
Yeah, you're.
You only
Well-
get to eat
We'll go on a diet. Like, Jesus.
like once every 5 years. It's time to eat.
No.
Feed us.
No.
Why?
Will you give us a gift?
There was an agreement that we would be fed if we stayed here.
By who? Tell me, please.
By who?
Yeah.
there was an agreement. Mother agreed with the owner.
Wait, you have a mom?
Now, this question might seem a little bit forward, but what the hell are you?
What
was that?
Oh, your mic is doing a weird thing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like your audio is working, but there's something like physically muted with the sound.
It's just coming in as like it sounds like underwater, but like
Okay.
yeah.
Is that any better?
That is perfect right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did adjust a couple of things. I'm part of the house.
Okay. Well.
I'm part of Mother.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that mean something?
Yes, you're inside Mother now.
Oh, awkward. But there's no. Oh my god, Derek.
The Rozzy
drive-by rap battle?
Yeah, I guess.
The Rozzy
I
show.
had him muted. I forgot I was on mute. He was like fighting shit. I don't even know what the hell he said, honestly.
Yeah.
No.
My bad.
No. We got cats, and then we have a cat that's come by, and then we have
double Derek.
It's visitor. So yeah, so it's always a party there. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, you just continue being a house, and we're gonna go over this way.
Oh, you're gonna go see Mother?
Sure.
I don't like the sound of that.
I'd really like it if you would come back and feed me.
No.
We had an agreement.
Not with me, you didn't. Bye. I don't own the house. I'm just a visitor.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get wrapped up in the house's problems.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you're gonna break down the plaster, and the door.
I'll just like any like the chunks of plaster that fall to the ground. I'll kick them back into the hole for safety purposes.
Yeah. Here, have some food. Have some plaster. It's good for you.
You kick them in the hole, and then you do hear like a grinding sound from below, like the bottom of the hole. So you get to this door.
I just made the house eat part of the house.
Oh my god. Auto cannibalism.
Okay, so yeah, self cannibalism. Yeah. So you knock on the door. No. What do you do?
I'm gonna knock on the door. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait for Kixix to tear the door apart and then walk through it.
Yeah,
or,
sure.
Jump in terror as something horrifying comes out of it.
Well, let me try and open the door first to see if that, because, I jump to conclusions too many times. So I'm gonna try to not do that this time.
So, when you put your hand on the door to open the door, the door opens. No problem.
Wow, look at that! He didn't even need me.
It leads to a 10. There's a 10-foot kind of tunnel, but the thing that you now notice is that the walls of this tunnel kind of pulsate.
Ew.
And that the floor of this tunnel, the whole thing is made of this. It looks like rock, but it's giving off a heat, and it's pulsating.
Ew, what the fuck? What is this? Have you ever seen this before? I'm seriously done with finding creepy shit. Like, what the hell is
happening? I'm kind of like, I'm exactly at that same point right now. I think the new plan should be to grab acquaintances and get out of here. I don't know enough about what this is to keep poking at it, really.
Yeah, I'm done. I can't do this.
Yeah, Kixix. Let's head back out through the way we came in, and track down August and Taika.
Okay, so
and what's her name?
We're gonna we now cut back to August and Taika. So you've come down the stairs. The door is shut. Now, well, actually, I'm gonna backtrack for just a second. The two of you go around the pit, make your way back up safely, no problem, back into the hull, and that's when we cut back to Taika and August going basically down those stairs. When you get down the stairs, you're able to see further with your dark vision into this area, and beyond this, there's about a 40-foot room where there's 6 of these large grayish-white furred creatures that appear to be all kind of slumbering, like lazily laying across things, and like kind of, some of them are even so much as like kind of twisted into piles around each other. And I will give you I'll give you an actual picture to give you a better idea. But these things, with their giant,
He's gonna say teeth.
Don't.
Please not teeth.
no, giant
Can they be cute? I want them to be cute.
claws. I don't know. I'll show you a picture. You can determine if it's cute or not.
Giant hair follicles.
Ew.
Ew.
Shut up, Nick.
So there's these 6 of these things, are just laying around. Some of them are kind of lounging around, like, you see big cats lounging around in places. The others are kind of just all in a big cuddle puddle, so to speak. And beyond them, they're all asleep. Beyond them, you see the drag marks lead past this room, into an archway that has some glowing purple light coming from it. And just the whole arch just glows purple. The heat, there's something about, you think there's something about these creatures that they really enjoy, like, the heat, because they're lounging around in this heat and this moisture, and they seem very docile, even though they look large and deadly.
Okay.
Ignore them.
Yeah.
Just don't look them in the eye. Keep going.
The
Yeah,
war
let's-
Ewoks, yep.
Yeah.
If we don't look at them, they can't see us.
I don't think that's how that works.
No.
Well, we'll find out.
What the fuck?
Maybe we could, like, hold on. Disguise self, like, before their eyes turn into them. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing shit. I'm just walking.
Okay. So yeah, they're all, so there is a clear path to that portal. You could walk right through kind of the center of this room without without being like directly in line with any of these creatures, and right portal, if you were so inclined.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So you make your way through, and at most you see one occasionally reach up a paw to like scratch at a part of its body, or to scratch like the body of one of the other ones around it, but they don't seem to notice you at all. When you get to the purple portal, you hear You hear what sounds like a heartbeat.
Okay. Alright, continue walking.
As you pass through this purple portal, the first thing that you notice is there's the scent of kind of, it's like ozone and like old Aquanet and some other things that kind of smell that the smell you kind of get when you rend like portals from one dimension to another. And as you step in, um, there's a giant green mushroom in the center
Oh
of this.
my god.
Fucking mushrooms.
And
Oh,
Fuck.
fuck off.
sitting on these mushrooms, there are several creatures that look a lot like the sprites.
I'm going upstairs.
Um, with the exception of ear sprites, tend to have like slightly bluish skin. These have they have a like a green tone to them. You're not sure what that means in terms of anything, but you can tell they're not exactly like the sprites that you brought with you.
I'm gonna ask my sprites if they know what those things are.
Like,
Cool ranch.
oh, They talk to each other for a little bit in a very quick pace, in a series of gestures and languages that you get about 10% of what they're actually saying, because they are just having this quick conversation amongst themselves, and they look to you and they go, no idea. Never seen them in our life. Never heard of them. Don't know who or what they are.
Worth the try.
It's like, and when they see you, they come up from this mushroom and they bow in like midair, and then you hear a chorus of six of them in perfect unison. Oh, our queen has come! Our queen has come! And they turn and they fly back behind the mushroom and they pull out a large golden crown. And they start to head towards you, Taika. With this crown in hand, these six sprites carrying this crown evenly to bring it to you and to place it upon your head. And they stop before you. They issue another mid-air bow, and then they hoist the crown up as if they're going to place it on your head.
Wait.
Have fun with that.
What? I'm so confused.
Oh, don't be confused. You're the queen.
No.
Oh, yes, you are. It is
How?
foretold in ancient prophecies that you would be the queen.
How do you know it's me?
Well, because the ancient prophecies said it was you. They're never wrong.
I thought Kixic was the queen.
Yes, bitch.
Coming for your wig.
Yeah, fuck you. Coming for your wig.
Yeah. So, like, what is she doing here? And they look over at August. She's not the queen. You're the queen.
But she's with me. She's okay. But like, how do you know who I am? Like, were you waiting for somebody and like, or me specifically? Like,
Oh, it's you. You're the queen. That's what the books say. Give us a second. And they they flutter down to the ground. They set down the crown. They all fly back behind the mushroom, and then they pull out a book, and the six of them drag this book over to you, and they open it, and it's a picture of someone that looks nothing like you. And they're like,
That's definitely you.
This is not the queen, and then they turn the next page.
Damn.
But this one is. Now I need you to make a wisdom save. Both of you.
Wow, phonies everywhere.
God.
18. Wait, 13 plus 5? Yeah, 18?
18.
Yeah.
7?
Okay. Now, August, you see completely blank page of this book, right?
Mhm.
With the little header on the, like, this is like on the left-hand side of the book. The right-hand side is a little story about the queen. And you would imagine the left-hand side would be a picture of something to do with this story, right? But it's blank. You, on the other hand, Taika, you see a picture of yourself standing there with a little crown on, and there you're just circled by a bunch of sprites.
Sounds legit.
They're like, you're the queen. See, it says so right in this book. Now wear the crown and let's go.
I wouldn't put
Oh,
that
wait.
on.
Why?
Because there's nothing in. Like, what are you talking about? There's nothing in the book. There's like a fucking paragraph and then nothing.
Then why do I see me in the book?
Clearly, it's some evil magic.
Clearly
No,
it's
clearly
me.
it's because she's the queen and you're not, so you can't see it. Ha!
Clearly it's actually Kick6 and not her.
So just wear the crown and let's go, so you can.
Why would anybody put on a random object that, like, you just give us? That's fucking weird.
Yeah, but also let's go where?
You're the queen. Once you
Where?
get your crown, what's up?
What? Oh no, I just said weird.
Oh, once you get your crown, you got a lot of queenly duties to do, like kicking out the rest of the infidels that are in our house. And there's one in particular that I want you to get rid of because he doesn't want you to be queen.
I have identify. I don't know if that's a thing.
His name. Well, his name is Sergeant Spooky. If you get rid of Sergeant Spooky, you can be the queen uncontested by anybody. And I got a surprise for you. He came down here and we put him to sleep. He's just in the room back behind us. Put on the crown, you go in there and deal with him. You'll be the queen forever and nobody will ever bother you again. Well, we'll do all of your bidding. You can be our miraculous queen. We'll do anything you ask us to do.
I'm going upstairs. You do what you want. This is
Well, thanks.
too ridiculous for me.
See, that they don't want you to be a queen. Your friend doesn't want you to be the queen. That wrong. Like that is so wrong. Why isn't your friend? Why can't your friend be happy for you?
Because this isn't rational.
I think you should kill your friend because she's gonna keep you from being queen. If
Oh heck yeah, let's go for it.
No?
what you're supposed
Why
to.
are we here again?
Yeah.
Like, why
we're
did we
looking
even come to
for-
this party?
We're looking for an old lady? Like,
Oh, she's in the
got
other
her own
room too.
now.
She's in the other room too. The furry guys out there brought her through this room and into the other room for storage. Yeah, they're gonna feed her to the house.
What?
They're gonna feed her to the house.
In my opinion, she's on her own now because
Okay, listen.
it's taken quite the
Okay.
turn.
This is what we need to know. The house, or this is what you need to know. The house is part of the deal. You get to become queen. You also own the house, but the house has to eat every 5 or 6 years. She's very nice, and she takes care of all of the other things we ever need.
mouse needs to eat every 5 or 6 years.
But just watch out for her son, Eben. He thinks because he has a fancy human body, he doesn't have to do what his mother says. But look, here's the deal. You become the queen, you don't have to listen to the house. The house has to listen to you.
I'm literally leaving the house, just so you guys know. Bye.
Okay. So you
Oh
can
my
put on the
God.
crown. Yeah, and become queen.
No, I'm not interested. I'm gonna head out.
I am head out.
The six of
Yeah.
them
No,
get
thank you.
together. They look at each other. We tried. Yeah, well, she would have been a good queen. Okay. Well,
Time to murder.
okay. So we're gonna go now. They wave. They go back behind the mushroom. The mushroom and all that stuff just kind of fades away. There is a door about 10 feet from you. The drag marks do lead to that door. August, what are you actually doing now?
I am getting Ghost Monkey and leaving the house. I'm
Okay.
going back to my house in
So
town.
you grab Ghost Monkey, you start to walk through the rooms and back up, and you come to the place where the door is, and you find that the door is locked.
Mm,
It's
I
at
will go through a fucking window.
there's no windows. It's on the basement.
Whatever, I'll wait at the door until somebody else opens it, because I'm just not
Okay.
doing it. I'm not doing it.
There's a door. When you guys get out to the hall, you hear a sound of someone behind the wall, right about where the body of that woman was.
Do I hear them?
Well, how loud are you guys right now? Are
As
you
Kixic shut up.
Kixic? Are you talking a lot, or are you being
Well,
quiet?
no, because I don't think I was defending myself in any way, shape, or form, saying in a wig, but I'm good.
Um, this is definitely the direction that the two of them went in. This is where they were last seen.
And that's where Ghost
Um,
Monkey was last seen, and that's where they would come to. There is, you can tell that there's a door there in the wall.
okay.
It's not as hidden as it used to be.
So yeah. I'm gonna look for all the cliched things that would open a secret door in a study. We got like bookcases and stuff like that around, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in there, you look around, and you do mess with all of like the light, the torch sconces, the the bookcases, all those things. You even go over to the piano that's not too far away and see if you could like play some weird music and it'll open the door. You check
Mhm.
all of those things, and nothing seems nothing in that area seems to do it. Um, but Kixik, are you helping him or are you doing something else? I don't know what you're doing.
I might as well because, you know, I have no reason to be salty, so I might as well be helpful.
Okay. Yeah. So the
Um,
two you eventually find um that there is like a small corner button, like a small button near the corner of the bottom of the door, and you're able to press that, and the door opens, and August is standing behind the door.
Oh,
Hey, we're heading home. This is ridiculous.
yeah,
yeah,
agreed.
there's like a
Um,
toothy pit thing over there. Um,
all set.
yeah.
There's a toothy pit thing, and also like a living hallway that's kind of just disgusting. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, the house is
Yeah.
alive. Like, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go to my house and
Taika, is she in there somewhere?
I think she was right behind me. She
Okay.
only took slightly more
Taika, I'm right
Okay.
here. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she's
just
not.
don't like this house or anything in it.
I assume
I'm
you
going
didn't.
home.
I assume. Well, you didn't take the crown. They disappeared. You were still there with the door, but did you? You just followed August, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're all together in the same place.
So
Let's go
you're
home.
all. Well, yeah, she's a little bit behind you, but you're all there. Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea what's going on with this house. I have no idea. Like, I didn't even get an invite.
Turns out you didn't want to be here.
Why are you here?
Teach you to crash a party.
Yeah. So there's way more going on here than I had any reason to believe. Until I figure out what this is, I don't want to be inside it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The very fact that there was a mushroom, I'm good.
That's an additional bad thing.
Bro, you don't even know. Our
Oh.
history with mushrooms are fucking. Oh.
So you. Oh,
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not like that, but.
Let's
Now
go
you
home. I've got food at home.
there's a front door, right, a little bit off to your left-hand side and down the hall to get back to the front door. There is the door at the pantry, not the one that goes down, but the one that goes out. Those are the two doors you know for sure, based on what you've explored so far.
Front door, the way we came in.
Yeah, exactly.
Front door.
The sure shot to the street.
So as you make it to the front door, the door opens and Evan, the owner of the house,
No solicitation, please. Bye.
doesn't work that way since it's his house.
I can leave. I have the right to leave your
Yeah,
premises.
you
This
can.
is not a fun party.
You can leave. He's that at the door when you open it. He doesn't seem to be in your way or anything. He goes, you going?
Yes, I don't
Yep.
need the iPad. No party favors. Have a good one.
There's a little bit of a problem though. Nobody can really leave the grounds of the house now until the ritual is complete.
What ritual?
Well, the house needs to eat.
Jump in the tooth pit.
No, that's my brother.
I attack him.
Yeah, I got.
I'm done.
Burning hands. Pride round. You're fucking toast.
Okay.
We're gonna use.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna use rage, and I'm just gonna go for spleen.
Okay. Well, okay. In that case, very simply, just one moment.
Your brother can eat you, bitch.
I think like all of us were charging up our attacks at the exact same moment.
I wasn't.
That's because you're the nice one. Okay.
Guys, and you're all just gonna kill. No, I need.
I give her a nudge. Load up.
Okay,
Load up.
fine. God.
I need
Listen.
initiative rolls.
No. Oh God, can I just get a high roll tonight? That's gonna be a
I'm gonna use
12.
my inspiration to roll again.
Okay.
I'm on 19.
Okay.
17.
16.
12 for me if you didn't hear it.
So,
12.
Malone, you are first.
Guiding bolt to his face.
Okay. You fire off the guiding bolt, and he seems shocked.
21 to hit.
21 to hit? Yes, that
Yep.
hits.
I need a handful more dice here. That did a mere 13 radiant damage
Okay.
and advantage on the next attack roll to hit him.
Okay. Taika, you're next.
I'm gonna use chill touch.
Okay. So it's just a ranged attack, and
You have advantage on attack because of my guiding bolt.
Okay, so what do I roll?
yeah, you're gonna roll 2d20. Well, it's because it's advantage. You're gonna take the higher one and add your attack bonus to that.
Oh god. So I rolled a 4 and a 2.
Okay, so 4 and your attack bonus. Let's
Roll
see.
better.
Yeah, jeez, what's your problem?
Your hit bonus with chill touch is 6. So that would be a 10 total. Not enough to hit the guy.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you fire off the ghostly hand, reaches out, passes by him, unfortunately not connecting. So, did you want to do any movement, or you just kind of, because you're kind of all near the door? I just didn't know if some of you wanted to move to like more tactical positions or whatever to deal with this.
I'll move forward after I make my attack. Like I have no problems going melee with this guy after.
Okay. So you're gonna stay where you're at. Okay. The bolt goes off. The guiding bolt goes off, hits him. That's fine. The chill touch goes, doesn't hit him. The look of shock on his face is kind of faded till there's a little bit of anger, but you also see something's slightly not surprising, I guess, given everything else that you've seen around here. But he seems to have be wearing fake skin, because underneath like this normal human like skin, there's this bumpy, rocky, kind of purplish flesh.
God, me when I don't use Nivea.
Yeah, he's got some real bad moisturizing problems. August.
So I hope that by going to attack him at least initially first, that I would have positioned myself in a spot where I don't have to hit everyone else with burning hands because I'm still gonna cast it. So I would like to say that I went closer than I probably should as a wizard to like get a full
Clean
blast.
shot. Yeah.
Your initial shot was great. Now the question is whether Malone moved in, because he said he moved up.
I don't know if you were ranged or not.
Actually, you'll be fine enough to have your spell will go off before he's moved into position, since this all happens simultaneously.
There should be room beside me.
So you won't be you do not believe that you'll be hitting anybody but the house and him.
Okay.
Way too many icons on your desktop.
It's not my computer.
Okay.
Trust me, that would be insane. I don't even like Windows. I need to have tabs. Okay, so.
Ugh, gross. You're gross.
Anyway. So what is this? 15-foot cone. So he has to make a dex throw, and he will take damage either way. It's just a matter of how much.
Okay. So what's your DC?
It's 14.
Okay, yeah. No, he failed that, so.
Good.
You mean the full damage.
There's no plus to that. So that is a... What the fuck are you doing, Mio? That is a 14 And his house will hopefully ignite on fire as well. Because it ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. So fuck your house, fuck your brother, fuck everyone in this place.
Fuck your house, fuck your brother.
So I'm sorry, I missed that damage.
14.
14. Okay. Just 1 second.
Fuck your house, fuck your brother, fuck everyone in it.
It is time to wizard.
As you
Noxious.
as you do this, you notice that your burning hands does catch like the curtains on fire, but when the fire touches the wall of the house, it doesn't burn the wall. I mean, it scorches the wall, and there's like a burn like you would be burning like flesh, but it's not fire. It's not on fire.
Well, I'll be back next round.
But once you've hit this guy with the burning hands, the whole facade that he had on, this human suit thing that he was wearing, is burnt off.
Good.
And what you see now is a he's about 5.5 feet tall, totally. The sides of his body look a lot like a chest. He's got a very wide mouth and a very long tongue that comes out. You would swear, looking at him, he's a very mobile mimic. Not something you expected to see. He has all the like physical characteristics of a mimic, but like on a humanoid body. And then it kind of dawns on you, like the floor pit could have been a mimic.
Sure.
Obviously, the hull could have been, which means quite possibly this entire house is a mimic.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, I'm out of here. Bye. I'm done.
And that might explain why there had to be
Is he out of the way of the door yet?
yearly feedings. No, he's standing strong, a little more upset now that his disguise is ruined, and it is his turn.
What a cry.
He doesn't get to be upset. He wanted to eat one of us. Or more.
Yeah, God, he's such a fucking crybaby. Like, boo-hoo.
He's upset because you splashed fire in his eyes instead of telling him you just wanted to leave.
That's not our fault. He's just being a cuck right now, okay? Like...
Okay, and Malone, you're the closest to
Probably,
him, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Because Kixic hasn't rushed in yet.
No, not yet. I will.
Will a 17 hit you?
Yep.
Bye.
Okay. Lashes out with his like pseudopod tongue, and it, instead of like wrapping around you or anything, it's almost like a little club. It just hits you for 5 points of damage. And it leaves behind slightly, like there's a little bit of a sticky substance on that, which you immediately equate to the adhesiveness that a normal mimic might have, but it did not seem to affect you.
Neat.
Oh, damn, dude. How'd you do that?
I got hit.
Fuck.
Kixic, your turn.
Wow, I guess that blew my mind. So what I'm going to do is... What I'm going to do is I'm going to fucking... Let's start this off with Rage. And we are going to do a little bit of...
Oh my god, I forgot I have spell slots on this character.
You gain advantage of strength.
You are
Alright.
in the Warlock house, right?
Now, I don't remember. I think I left my pizza cutter at home, which sucks. However, I'm rushing in with the battle axe. I know, I forgot my pizza cutter. I'm so pissed.
Your Cuisinart.
My Cuisinart pizza cutter. I left it at home. Fuck. So it
Oh
looks
my
like
god.
it looks like I'm just gonna have to rush in with my battle axe, and I am anger, and I'm gonna.
I expect a battle cry, something along the lines of "You ruined my dress."
My fucking dress is ruined. Just gonna go running in. You fucking bitch, and like try to hit him like with the battle axe. Anyway, let's do it. A nice 19 plus 5. That's gonna be a it's gonna be a 14 and 24. Holy shit! Wow.
Yeah, 24 will hit.
Nice. Already. Plus 2 melee damage. Oh, so that means I get a plus 4 on that? Fuck yeah. To bludgeoning. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, let's do that. 1d8. Where is my 8? There it is. Oh, pretty kitty. 6 plus 4. So that'll be 10 damage on that.
Okay, 10 damage. Sure.
Yep. And honestly, I'm just gonna continue to like scream at him like a queen who got their like favorite shoe stepped on by some bitch in cowgirl boots. And that's it.
Okay.
Second attack.
No, I don't have that.
You're level 5.
Yeah,
Should
but
say two
I'm a level 4 barbarian, 1 rogue. Remember?
Oh, that's
That's
right. That's
right.
right. Okay. Yep, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Malone, it's your turn.
Okay. You know what? That guiding bolt worked so well the first time. I'm going to throw another one.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Ooh.
No.
I'm going to use my inspiration. Oh, does an 11 hit?
No. Sorry, an 11 missed.
Damn. Oh.
Not great. Not great.
Yeah. Okay. So you fire off the guiding bolt, and it ended up striking the house. Because an 11 will hit the house.
Sure.
Nice.
So, the next person to make an attack on the house will get advantage.
Kixic, get him out of the door.
Taika, it's your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, technically, you should just attack the door at this point. You get advantage. Not saying that to you. I'm just saying, in general, do what you want.
Aw, Rozzy, that's so.
It's not like we know that we have advantage. You
I was gonna say, like, do I know that?
know? No, I was just saying.
Do I know?
What you do notice on the wall is there's a bright spot the same way that his guiding bolt left a spot like on the creature that you were fighting. So there's a mark on that wall that seems to indicate you could do something to that wall if you attacked it.
How many video games has she played?
I'm gonna aim for that spot
Okay.
because Zelda has taught me something.
Yeah,
If
there
it's
you
flashing red,
Something looks different.
go. Zelda has taught me something.
Thanks for reminding me. I have to bring out the wall masters now.
No.
No.
I'm gonna burn your whole fucking town down.
I'm gonna. Why did I roll? I didn't say it did anything. Jesus. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the spot on the wall.
Yes. Okay.
I'm just gonna roll because I like hearing
Do you
dice.
get 2?
What?
You
Do you
should.
have to attack twice?
Yeah.
yeah, you have 2 bolts.
You have 2 bolts.
Oh,
Dope.
God, that was
Oh,
too funny.
well, you know what?
You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Eldritch Blast, cool that way.
Just when you made level 5, so
It's one of the few spells that lets you attack a creature 100 feet to your left and a second creature 100 feet to your right.
because you did not have You didn't have 2 bolts the last time you really went into combat with this character. It's been a
Okay.
Oh.
while, so now you do.
Surprise.
Surprise bench.
So 24,
24 will hit.
and then I'm so discombobulated.
It's okay.
That rolling for nothing really threw you off.
8. Shut up.
8 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So that's the first one.
I fire both at the same time.
Well, you can choose. You can choose 1 target or 2 targets, and you make both attacks at the same time, though.
It's functionally the same as firing 2 arrows out of a bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So
fire both at the house.
okay. Yep. So then make your second attack at the house.
I have to roll the d20 again, and then
Yeah.
Second, yep, it's a
Yep.
completely different to hit roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have
Just
to
give
do
you
it.
an advantage on one, right? Or did she already do that?
Well, she
That
got a
would've been the first
24 on the first one. Yeah.
Oh. Damn, son. Come on, Mew.
okay, so
I
that's
see you looking at me.
19,
That will hit. Yep.
and then
Oh, I can't stop yawning tonight.
Sorry, it's me.
Oh, I know. We're getting close to the end here. So
Tum Tum.
Okay.
7.
7. Okay. So you start to you blast two sizable holes in this wall over in that area, and you expect plaster or whatever, but you actually get like gore and body things. Like the whole house is living.
I regret my decision. Ew.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, oh no, sorry, not gonna look at that. So we're also not gonna spend a lot of time describing it at this moment.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna move on to the next thing. August.
Let's do. I'm close to this dude. Let's see.
While you decide that, I'm gonna go back to Taika for just a minute.
Okay.
In terms of movement, you more or less just move a little bit here or there to kind of get out of the way of things, or is there a specific place you're trying to go, or
I
just
don't
kind of
know.
stay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I assume that you would just kind of stay out of, move a little bit so you're kind of out of the way of the battle, but still able to target things as you want. But
Yeah.
So August.
Can I use Vampiric Touch even if I don't need the hit point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Yep.
Yeah, you won't benefit from the hit points, but you will.
Interesting. That I was just curious about, but there's really no point in.
It lasts for a minute, and you can repeat the attack every turn.
Oh, really?
Yup.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
never mind. I'm gonna use Vampiric Touch. I've also never used it before, so why not? So do I have to roll
You have to
for
make
this
a
one?
melee spell attack.
What does that exactly mean?
It means it's
Just
like a
roll
fight.
like normal?
Yeah.
You should have, if you have Vampiric Touch memorized, it should be in your attack listing on D&D Beyond for what you need to roll. Yes, a +6 to hit. So you basically a
Yeah.
D20 +6.
Yeah, you got to kind of give him a scratch, but
Alright. $17?
17 will hit, yeah.
Thank God.
And you will do 3d6 necrotic damage. And half and regain hit points equal to half, but you don't regain anything if you haven't lost anything.
So this time it is 16.
16 damage. Okay.
Yep. Much happiness.
Okay, you're starting to notice his physical form has taken quite a beating. So he's not. He does not appear to be happy about this point, and in response to that, he makes another strike at Malone. And 19. Yeah, so if the 17 hit, 19 on the die will hit.
Yep.
You get smacked with the tongue again. This time, for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. So if you have anything against bludgeoning,
Nope.
protection of bonus. And then it makes its strike. It starts to take a step back. Malone kicks it. You're right there, so you can do an attack of opportunity against it, if you want. Because
How much damage did it take, or deal?
8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. Because it is recklessly trying to plow through you, like to go through you into the house.
That's very rude.
I'll
of
get
it.
out of his way.
You get out of his way?
Yeah.
Okay, so you step out, kicks it. You want to make your attack of opportunity?
Might as well make it a tap our opportunity.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wow.
Nope,
Hi.
we
Attack
gotcha.
of opportunity.
Tapas
Tapas.
opportunity.
Tapas. Oh well, that's a 19 on die. So
Okay.
I'm gonna let's do a little swingity swing, and that's gonna be a little bit of the backswing. I'm still angry, so let's see if that does anything. That's 8 damage total.
So,
It proved me use lighting.
trying to push his way through. Malone moves out of the way. You take the strike. You take a nice big chunk of this flesh out of this back of this creature, and it falls to the floor inside the house.
Hell yeah, taking a heckin' chonker of a piece out of him.
It's not dead,
No quarter.
but it's also not in your way.
Cool. I love that.
Let's get out of here.
So, Kixik, now is your actual turn. What do you want to do? Or now is your actual turn, Kixik. What do you want to do? Sorry about that.
I'm going to
Step on him on the way out.
I'm gonna just bash through the door. I'm gonna keep running.
I love you.
Dash, the door is wide open, so you just start running out and down the length of the lawn, towards the gate.
And I'm gonna make sure to like kick up the lawn while I'm running to like mess up the grass. Like I'm gonna.
Yeah,
do
I'm
that,
trampling their flowers.
But as you look back, you can see like the two wings of this house. The part where the kitchen was on one side and the other side was the flame room that nearly burnt you. They it looks like the house is pulling itself out of the ground.
Oh, cool. At least it's not coming for us. It's going.
That is wishful thinking.
It is starting to pull itself out of the ground.
No.
Moving back up, Malone, what do you want to do?
Following Kixik out the door.
Okay, so you start to rush out the door.
Yep. Once I'm out and a good distance away from the door, though, I will pause to make sure that Taika and August also get out.
When you look like kind of back to make sure your companions are there, then you notice the same thing that Kixik noticed, that it's now these wings of this building is pushing up like arms, and that at least a couple of the windows of the top floor look like they're eyes, and you get an entire house just starting to try to pull itself out of the ground. Taika.
Yeah, I'm gonna run for the door.
Yeah, so you run for the door. Okay. August.
Oh,
Taika, you're such a
I'm
copycat.
I'm out. Like
Everybody runs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because you never know. Someone might get a weird feeling and go.
shit, I will Misty step my ass the hell out of here.
They
Bye.
start running down towards the gate. This house is pulling itself out. Um, you hear like a scream, and you just see like the front portion of the house kind of momentarily collapse on itself, and when it opens back up, it's like a mouth, and you see that the Eben, the mimic man, has been crunched. It's no longer functioning.
Oh,
The house
sweet.
just ate it.
Cool.
I love when
Later.
that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now this house is pulling itself
Yeah.
out of the ground, and when you get to the gate, you notice that the entire gate, and you notice this more than anybody, Malone, there's like a haze at this gate that doesn't look like fog, but looks more like ethereal smoke. Like the entire area is like bounded by the ethereal plane.
Okay.
Burn a hole through invisible wall.
Like there's no beyond the gate. Like looking past the gate, it's ethereal plane outside.
That's actually a lot better than Destructo House.
Yeah, I'm out.
The gate won't open.
Climb it, jump it, dig under it.
I have spider climb, misty step. How about I misty step somebody else and I'll spider climb myself over it?
Misty Step self only.
I can
Misty
get
Step
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
It won't work because you're passing from a pocket dimension to the ethereal. And Misty Step, I believe, will not allow you to do that.
No, that would be
You would need an actual portal. Now, spider climbing, that allows you to get to the top of the gate, no problem. Everybody else can physically climb. But when you look onto the other side, like you're now on the top of this fence, on the other side is all ethereal. On this side is all this plot of land and this house.
I drop.
Okay, so this is where we leave the session as all of you climb over this fence and tumble into the ethereal plane. We will see what things happen next time.
Uh-oh.
okay.
Oh, let's start. Let's start with Rozzy.
This is the end. So, Cinder Wizard, Twitter, and Animal Crossing. If you want to play with me, message me. Let's do Nick.
Hi guys, I'm Nick. Well,
Nicholas.
BlueAura94YT is my Twitter name. Everything else is pretty much BlueAura94. Animal Crossing, because I just unlocked the ability to landscape. Fucking lit. So I'll be lost in there. Friend codes, no, but Dodo code, maybe. Keep your eyes out for that. And that's pretty much it from me. Let's go into Katie. Hi.
Hi. Katie, you can find me at Katie Bugs just about anywhere on the internet. I don't do much, but about the only thing that's really active right now, I did make a side Twitter account to post all of my Animal Crossing screen caps, and that's Katie Bear with a Z. If you wanted to look up that, see what I'm up to. That's it, and I'll pass to Kevin.
All right. I'm Kevin. Tracking me down at Evil Sales Ass on Twitter is the easiest way to do that. You can also check back Sunday and Monday nights for the other sessions I run with some of these people and some other people. Right now, I'm kind of tearing through Elminster's Candlekeep Compendium, which is where the Monday night game is actually headed. So that was a perfect choice for those very great people to release a product I can. Derek, let's close this out.
Okay. Well, since I have tried to kill them all with gingerbread men and houses
God.
and mushrooms, I cannot guarantee that we will be here next Friday because there may be a revolt. So I am going to thank my players, Ozzy, Katie, Nick, Kevin. Thank viewers, any of you that are out there right now, and say you can see me. You can catch me at Disposable Idiot on Twitter. Not as active there as I have been recently, a little bit here and there, but also you can see me as a player on Sunday. I cannot stress this enough. Sunday and Monday games are great. You guys should check them out. If you haven't watched them yet, watch them. There you go. That's all I got to say. Have a good night.
There we
Have a
go,
good one.
guys. Have a great one. Have a great night.